proud members of the Podbelly Podcast Network.
I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. And I wish I could say something that was classy and inspirational.
You can do it!
But that just wouldn't be our style.
Welcome to Project Reclamation, where you rebuild, re-energize, and reclaim your life.
Weather that makes Brett happy.
What is pancreatic cancer?
Ooh, that's rough.
What are we doing?
I was gonna try and lead in with like something kind of mild.
Oh,
I was kind of going with like the theme that the weather's gotten cooler, and I feel like you and I both enjoy that.
Ask me another one. I'm sorry, I thought we were doing something else.
Weather that makes Brett not cranky.
A new one.
The dog that might throw up during this podcast.
Oh, that's Paige.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, fuck.
I think you have to say what is Paige.
Damn it.
Who is Paige?
Who is Paige?
Something like that.
What is Paige? Why is Paige?
What? Yeah. So what? Why am I doing this? I don't know.
When is Paige? Yes.
Led to the untimely, unfortunate death of Alex Trebek.
We're talking about the, real shit here.
Yeah, real shit.
Real shit.
Dogs vomiting and how it's sad that Alex Trebek passed away. I know last episode we just talked about Sean Connery passing away.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. We're going to miss you
I
both.
dare you to name a more dynamic duo.
I don't know that they were ever an actual duo.
Yeah, they were. Didn't you see that SNL skits?
Yeah.
That was them, wasn't it?
Sure. Yeah. It definitely wasn't Will Ferrell and Daryl Hammond.
I thought that was actually them that they came onto the show.
I wish. But still, it's interesting because that dynamic duo of two people playing them, doing a Celebrity Jeopardy skit on SNL is one of the most comedic genius moments of all time, I think.
I would garner to say the greatest SNL skit of the 2000s, during that regime of SNL.
Yeah, maybe ever.
I'd put it up there in the top.
I mean, I'm not an SNL connoisseur.
No.
I only know the highlights. So
I only know the furthest I go back for SNL is like the Adam Sandler, Chris Farley.
I mean, dude, there was some hilarious, like Chris Farley had some epic skits.
I had Adam Sandler's best SNL skit on VHS back when they used to have this.
Yes, I think
I had Chris Farley's too.
I had Chris Farley's for sure. What were some of Sandler's bits? I know he did the church lady. What else did he do?
No, that wasn't Sandler. That was
Dana Carvey.
Yeah, it was Carvey.
Who did Sandler had something that sang though?
A lot of his did because he played guitar and some other stuff.
Yeah.
He did the what was the opera singer one?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Of. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. And then you got Mike Myers was in that class. And
I had Mike Myers' too.
He did what was the kid that sat in the bathtub and like interviewed people? Are you touching my bum licker, cheeky monkey?
God, what was that?
So good.
Something
so good.
Drawing in the tub. My
drawing. Simon. I think that was his name.
I think so.
It doesn't matter.
There was another skit that they couldn't do now, but it was him playing a special ed kid with a helmet. And he was attached to a jungle gym with a harness.
Yeah. And then you got David Spade, and they did that where he was like a flight attendant, like bye-bye. And then what was Rob Schneider's, where he was like the guy that worked in the copy room at like the corporate business
as a stapler.
Like it's Brettmeister, the Brettster,
Rob Schneider as a stapler.
So hilarious. And then Farley obviously had like what's his name, the motivational speaker.
He lived down by the river.
So yeah, we miss all of them, but yeah, Trebek and Connery, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
You'll both be missed. You and the versions of you that weren't you. That will live on in infamy.
They shall.
Absolutely. So yeah, dude. How was your week? Oh, by the way, welcome to Project Reclamation. You got Tim and Brett this week.
What up?
Shout out to the best podcast network in all the land, Podbelly Podcast Network, where you can check out all the podcasts you could possibly want. And you can learn how to do your own podcast too. So go check it out at podbelly.com. And shout out to our numero uno sponsor, El Yucateco, the best hot sauce, also in all the land. They have flavors for everybody, heat levels for everybody.
It'll burn your asshole.
Well, that too, yeah. Try not eating hot sauce for a while and then load up some XXX. Yeah. You'll be hurting. But yeah, I mean, if you're not into heat, try the jalapeno, try the chipotle. It's all delicious. El Yucateco, the best hot sauce in all the land. Go check it out. elucateco.com. Shop elucateco.com. Hashtag King of Flavor. Go on the gram if you have it.
Is this the part where we do shameless plugs?
No. We're gonna get to that though. I'll give you a chance. Don't worry. So yeah, go onto the gram, check it out. Go take some pictures of your food with El Yucateco on it. Go on there, throw up the picture. Tag us, tag Podbelly, and tag El Yucateco. That's my ask for you. And then let me know, or, also hit me up, projectxreclamation@gmail.com. I have some El Yucateco gear and fun stuff I can send you, so do it.
What does the X stand for, Tim?
I have no idea.
Extreme!
Oh, yeah. Well, I should have done XXX, and then that would fit in with XXX El Yucateco.
Or porn.
Or
cartoon moonshine.
Oh, yeah, cartoon moonshine.
Yeah.
Acme XXX.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Nope, wasn't thinking of that. I was just trying to put something on.
Because someone else had the...
Yeah, I think Project Reclamation must have been taken. But then eventually I got Project Reclamation Podcast at gmail.com. So I think that one works too.
Mm-hmm.
But I've already been saying Project X Reclamation at gmail.com because that was the first one we had for so long. So I just figured I'd keep running with that one.
I mean,
either one
transition
works.
to the podcast.
Use it. Email me. Say what's up.
Send them some dick pics.
Yeah, don't do that. Send Brett some dick pics.
They don't know my email. They don't even think I'm real.
You're not.
I'm just a figment of your imagination. This entire podcast is just you doing different voices. Yeah, and what you do is you overlay the audio so it sounds like we're talking over each other. It's that little extra just dash
that
makes it so realistic.
Freaking long to do.
I know.
Especially to make it sound as good as an actual conversation. Yes, people, I am that good at audio engineering. Thanks, JB, for teaching me. So yeah, dude, what's new?
Speaking of JB, where the fuck is JB?
JB was on an episode.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, last week. We recorded an episode.
Nice. How's he doing?
It was the first one, and I think the first time JB's been on in a year.
Oh, Jesus.
He's doing good. He's just busy.
Yeah.
Dude, kids make you busy. Especially during all this quarantine bullshit. I feel like people without kids... I don't even
think his kids were even school ready yet, were they?
No, but they do some sort of a pre-K daycare kind of thing. I don't know, dude. I don't have kids.
Pre-K Zoom over... Pre-K Zoom sounds like the stupidest fucking thing.
Pre-K Zoom? You just have just kids just running around throwing shit.
Yeah.
Throwing temper tantrums.
Yeah.
Jimmy wet his pants. Well, mom and dad clean it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, kids. He's got kids. He's got little kids.
Little tiny children.
Tiny chillins. Little tiny little mini JBs. Actually,
that sounds terrifying.
Mini JB. I need to edit out that name. I don't think I'm supposed to say his real name. Anyways, I'll take care of that in post.
What, JB?
No.
Oh,
I said his kid's name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll have to edit that out. I'll just do it. Yeah, what's new with you, man?
Nothing much. Started my t-shirt company.
Oh, you're going to jump right into the plug.
Well, right. I mean, I literally just started, so that's what I've been working on. So
yeah, Brett just started a t-shirt company. He got a nice little shout out on No Agenda podcast. If y'all don't listen to No Agenda, I don't know. I probably freaking talk about it all the time. You really should. It's a great place to get a little dissection of what's going on in the news.
Yeah.
For anyone who's going crazy with what's going on, whatever that might be, because this is evergreen, y'all, then listen to No Agenda, and they'll give you a nice dissection of because what we hear is what the people that are giving it to us want us to hear. What they do is they take that and they dissect it into
good old media deconstruction.
Yeah, what's real and what's not. So they're, I don't know if you'd call them a news source, because it's kind of like they take the news and then break it down.
Media deconstruction is what they take what the news media puts out there and deconstruct it and try and shift through all the bullshit.
But if you just listen to them, you get the news that they're breaking down, and then you also get like the deconstruction. So you kind of get like it's like a 2-in-1. So if you have separated yourself from news, like I suggested, like I have, then but you still want to kind of know what's going on, but you want like the actual real version versus what the powers that be want us to think, then I think No Agenda is a great place to go.
Yeah. Also, the other thing is that they don't care if you listen to them either. They're just be like, we're just talking. We don't care. You shouldn't listen to us. You should form your own opinion.
Yeah.
Anyway, my new
your new t-shirt company. So yeah,
it's
you
Apolitical Inc.
I knew you were doing it, and then I think I kind of forgot.
Yeah, and then I posted.
Well, I knew you were doing it. I just didn't. Let's be honest. You and I are both guilty of starting a lot of things and not finishing them. So
how dare you,
dude? It's true.
I don't have millions of art projects that I've started and not finished.
No shit. Yeah.
I don't have a shit ton of books that I've started reading that stuff.
Yeah, me too. So that being said, I knew that you were gonna do it, but I was unaware that you'd actually gone the whole 9 yards.
Well,
so when you were like, "Hey, dude, have you listened to it?" Here's the funny thing: I didn't even realize this, and I don't think I told you this, but you were like, "Go to," and you gave me like a timestamp.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, I'm not quite there yet. I'm gonna have to fast forward." How much do I have to fast? I was literally like 4 minutes away from that timestamp.
Yeah. Well, it's because I think you said before that you sometimes you fast forward through the donation segment sometimes.
I don't know. I did that a long time ago.
You don't? Okay.
No, I don't do that anymore.
That's why I gave you the time code for that.
No, but it was just funny. I was literally within a few minutes of where you wanted me to go. So anyways, go for it. Shameless plugs. Let's do it.
Go check out apoliticalinc.com. That's ink with a K. INK. So apoliticalinc.com for all of you.
Apolitical, like non-political.
Exactly.
As in
ink, like incorporation, but it's artsy with a K, like ink in a pen. You get it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I went for.
I assumed the double entendre was an accident.
No, I did that on purpose.
All right. So yeah, ink like ink with a pen. Exactly.
Apoliticalinc.com for all of your...
How would you describe...
As Tim steps...
Two-part question. Sorry. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying. And then I'll ask you my question.
No, just ask the questions now.
Okay, fine. How would you describe the shirts that you have available now? And then my second question, connected to the first, is moving forward when you have like dozens and dozens of different shirts. Because right now you have what, 4 or 5?
We have
6?
4 or 5 different designs. Yeah.
How would you describe what you're going for?
What I'm going for is basically... I'm trying to bring humor back into politics and make people not care as much and be a little tongue in cheek. So basically,
politics is funny.
Exactly. But my goal is to make fun of everybody. Well, so right now, the only person I have on there is there's one of Kim Jong-un and there's one of Donald Trump
as the Queen of England.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's pretty fun.
However, so when I realized that you had everything up and running, I went on there and I ordered a shirt. And like 2 seconds after I ordered the shirt, I got a text from you and you're like, "Thanks, buddy."
Oh yeah, because it sent me the Shopify thing, just be like, "Oh, someone ordered." I'm like, "Oh, I got a new order." I'm like, "Oh, it's Tim."
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious because I was like, I was doing it to support you, but then it was just funny. Yeah. So I ordered the same shirt you're wearing right now.
Yeah,
this is my favorite one.
My test
that you
one
designed.
came in today.
So explain this shirt.
This is what started it all. It's called the Illusion of Choice. It's a combination of an elephant head and a donkey head.
And then what do you have? You have the little. Is that the top of the pyramid?
The all-seeing eye on top. Yeah, exactly.
It's like a $1 bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, isn't that like some weird Illuminati shit?
Yes.
What is annuit? What does that even say?
That's in Latin.
No, I know it's in Latin, but what is the second? Is that COEPTIS? Is that coeptus? It's weird, right?
Yeah. Whoever the fuck kerned this shit really fucked it up.
Hey, stop.
Yeah, Annuit Coeptus, Novus Ordo.
Let's figure out what that means.
Solarium.
What is it?
ANNUIT COEPT.
Oh, and then Novus Ordo Seclorium?
Yeah, that's at the bottom.
All right. The phrase Novus Ordo Seclorum, New Order of the Ages. That's creepy as fuck.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is the second of the 2 mottos that appear. What is Annuus Coepta? Oh, it's the same here. That must be a weird, like... the O and the E are like connected in Latin.
Yeah, it's one of those weird.
One of the
Latin
two mottos
words.
in the Great Seal. The literal translation is favors undertakings, or has favored our undertakings.
Interesting.
Someone explain to me. Go ahead and email me, projectxreclamation@gmail.com. Explain to me why those are the two phrases on a dollar bill, because that just creeps me out, to be honest.
Well, the In God We Trust, that was added in what, the 50s?
Probably.
I think it was added in the 50s.
But like that makes sense to me. I mean, it's like a good old America saying.
Yeah.
Especially from like back then.
You ever do the what is it?
Oh, yeah, when
Is
you,
it is it a 20 or a 10 or 5?
I think it's a 20. I think it's the one with Jack. Yeah, it's a 20. Or what you can make the
Twin Towers.
The Twin Towers.
And then there's another one. There's all these little like tiny things hidden in. There's like a spider hidden in one of them.
In like the flight code for one of the planes that hit the towers. If you type that into the Wingdings font on Microsoft Word.
Oh yeah, it's a plane explosion.
It's a plane explosion.
2 towers and like
a Star of David.
No, not. I don't. That might be in there, but I think there's a skull and crossbones.
There might be, yeah.
Something like that.
Super it's weird stuff. Anyways, so Brett's got a t-shirt company. And yeah, my favorite shirt that he has up right now, there's some awesome ones. Go check it out. If you're super proud of your party, he has some fun ones. There's like a blue shirt with the Pepsi logo that says Democrat, and a red one with the Coca-Cola logo, but instead of Coca-Cola, it says Republican.
Yeah.
I don't like either party, so
exactly. That's why
the illusion of choice one was my favorite, because I feel like oftentimes both parties are the same.
Exactly. That's why I did the Pepsi.
That's why I ordered. That's exactly why I ordered that one.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah. Anything else you want to say about? So what is it? apoliticalinc.com.
Exactly.
All right. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
That is literally what I've pretty much been doing. That and then getting the new apartment together, or condo. Putting up shelves.
Random question. I don't know if you want to talk about this in the air or not, but I can always erase it. What are you using to do the shirts and the shipping and all that stuff?
Oh, so is
there like a fulfillment thing?
Yeah, it's a drop shipping company called Printful.
So they'll design the shirt and send it off for you?
Well, they'll print the shirt and then they mail it out, yeah. So basically it's
So do you just upload your designs?
Exactly. You upload your designs and then they have an app through Shopify that you can link up to it. There's other ones too. There's like Printful, there's several other ones, and each of them has their own, pluses and minuses. Some do a lot of things, some only do a few things. But basically you link it to your Shopify account. So you set it up through the app, link it to your Shopify. So whenever anybody on your Shopify or your website, which is linked to your Shopify, clicks and buys something, then it sends the order through them and then they print it and ship it out. So
pretty solid.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm like, you would make more money if you did it yourself, but that requires a lot of infrastructure and other random shit, which I don't have the time for.
No.
So it's a good like startup type of thing.
Well, and I'm guessing there's also a capital part to it.
Yeah, well, no, they charge you like X amount. Like,
right, but do they charge you like per order?
No, it's basically per item. So
that's what I'm saying. You don't need to like guess like the quantity of each shirt you need to have stock.
No, exactly. So that's the thing. Yeah. You don't have to worry about it takes away you having to actually physically have a stock of something and then ending up with a bunch of shirts that nothing gets sold. Right. So
if nothing else, it's like a good starting block.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right on, dude. Well, hey, everybody go check out. I'll put it in the show links, but go check out apoliticalinc.com.
Mm-hmm. What about you? What have you been doing?
Not much, dude. I've been entrenched with work. Been traveling a lot.
How's traveling to other places during COVID times?
It's fantastic. Racking up major Marriott points.
Are they giving you like X times COVID points?
It's not so much that, but I think like Marriott and Southwest both like lowered the amount of points you need to get to hit like different tiers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I swear, like, I don't know. I just had just hit platinum with Marriott, and it was like 50 nights in a year. But I feel like it used to be a lot more. So I don't know.
Yeah, they probably lowered it for.
Yeah, and like the Marriott employees are definitely like, I'm sure someone told them to do this. I'm sure it's not out of the goodness of their own heart. But like when I check in, they're like, "Oh my God, Mr. Frick, thank you so much. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can we massage your feet?
Yeah, pretty much. So no, it's been. I mean, and the airports are weird. I hate wearing a mask. Like when you fly with a layover, it's like you got to you literally wear your mask like all fucking day. And it's terrible.
Yeah. But
it's kind of nice that like, I don't know about the other airlines because Southwest is just based on where I fly. Southwest is what I take. And I'm A-list with Southwest, whatever that means. But it's nice because they're still not filling the middle seats. Apparently like December 1st is when they're going to start filling the middle seats. So like you're guaranteed to not have anyone sitting next to you, which is kind of nice. Shit.
Which is
dropping things.
Laptop case down.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of nice. I don't know. I mean it is what it is.
Have you noticed anything? Like what's the difference? Because what places have you been to?
So the places I go are like
compared to San Diego, as far as like COVID.
Oh. So like
more freak out, less freak out.
Oh, everywhere I go is less freak out.
Oh, okay.
So I go to like West Texas, Oklahoma, Arizona.
Are people in Texas just like with their guns out and be like, "Well, shit, the COVID,
so funny you
out of the
air."
Like,
dude, everywhere you go, like every medical office, every hospital, every place I go in Texas, and actually Arizona too, maybe Oklahoma as well. They all have like signs on the door when you walk into an establishment, and it's like, do not bring your firearms in here. Like we never see those signs in California because
California is not open
carry, and almost nobody, like very few people have concealed carry permits in California.
Actually, in national forest, it is open carry. I did find that out.
Oh, that makes sense. So seeing those signs made me laugh because I was like, we never see that shit in California.
Yeah.
I would say, most places are probably have been a little bit more open. Although, just from what
more masks, less masks, same.
Less. Yeah. Like no. I don't know if they have mandates or not, but it seems to be like 50-50 on the masks.
Oh, okay.
In most of these places now, like Arizona, like opened up, like they closed down and they kind of opened way up early on.
Yeah.
Then they had a bunch of cases, so they closed back down again. Then they opened back up. So I don't know. I would say everywhere else I go, which is pretty much like, let's just call it the Southwest United States, is a little bit more open than we are.
Okay.
But I think we're a little bit more open than most of California. So that makes things interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. My mom sent me a text saying like, "Oh, she sent me things
Your
like
mom lives in the middle of nowhere."
I know exactly. And then what is it? My girlfriend and her friend were saying like we're at apparently San Diego or California. We're back, or I don't remember who it was, but we're back
Most
at purple.
Counties, got moved back to like
which I didn't even know we had a color system. Like I didn't realize this was like.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize that they'd come up with another color system. Like
so as of tomorrow or Saturday.
Attack.
As we record this, so once you guys hear this, it's already happened. That we're going back to no more indoor dining at restaurants. Gyms are closed. All that fun stuff. Those are the only two.
Whoever decided that purple was the highest, I don't understand.
What the fuck does
I don't know
why?
I don't know. I don't get it.
Red.
Everyone else thinks it's too. Yeah.
Red should be bad.
Yeah. Stoplights.
Red.
Green, yellow, red. Done.
If you're in a hospital, blue's bad.
Throw in orange if you need something between yellow and red to make it seem like, hey.
Would, at least match that. Like, okay, California. We're in California. Y'all necessarily are. Maybe you're not. But we have a lot of fires in California. So we have a fire code. And red is the worst, right?
Yeah.
Fire danger, red.
Fire danger, red.
Orange is like just under. They're all colors of fire. It's like, I think then it goes orange and then yellow and then.
Well, it's green. Green's like A-okay.
You're good.
Yellow's like, hey.
Go ahead and light fireworks in the forest. You're fine.
Green's like, try and burn it down. It's a rainforest, bitch.
Red is like, if you light a match, Smokey the Bear will maul you.
Red is this sign that you're currently looking at is on fire.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know the
everyone has to be fucking different. It's like some marketing team's like, no, we have to do something different. Everything else is the same. It's like, what if we had purple?
Yeah. Well, and they probably paid a fucking consulting group to come up with that bullshit.
I'd just be an asshole and do like spot colors.
All I know is, dude, like yeah, I'll respect the rules just to like show respect for other people. But the minute that our lovely governor said, take off your put your mask back on in between bites when you're eating, I was like, dude, I'm done listening. I'm fucking done. I can't deal with this shit.
We're all gonna have tubes shoved up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to eat through a feeding tube that goes through your mask so that you can't infect anybody.
Oh, I did come up with an idea for him. I'll tell you off the air, actually.
All right, sounds good. I know my father has a few ideas. All right, let's go to headlines. I got some headlines here. This one's interesting. So I'm going to read the headline, and then you're going to tell me what you think about it. So apparently, and this is no secret, we've talked about this plenty of times, cooking skills have improved so much in 2020 that 40% of Americans think they're ready to compete on MasterChef. I'm sure 40% of people think they could compete on MasterChef.
I think those numbers are actually lower. I think it's closer to 80% of people think they can cook on MasterChef. But then again, I don't watch MasterChef. So.
I've never seen MasterChef, so I don't know how it works.
I can only tell you that
I've seen Iron Chef.
That is the king. The Japanese version now. Not the American version. American Iron Chef is trash. I'm probably triggering a lot of people who love that show. Because yes,
but wait.
I do love Alton Brown, and he is a national treasure. Good Eats is
he's
amazing.
Still a good host.
I know. But you ever watch the Japanese version at 11 o'clock at night when you're like 12?
Is the Japanese okay? The dude who was also in Hawaii Five-0.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about? He looks like he's like half Asian.
Yeah, he plays like the brother of the like whatever.
Well, he's like he's like the
connected
bad,
to the mod family, but like
he's like the bad guy. He's like the baddest bad guy that's been on that show. He's also the host of
that's the American. No, that's the American
ones.
No.
So wait, where does Alton Brown fit into this whole thing?
Alton Brown's in the American ones. So Iron Chef was a Japanese.
So wait, who's the other dude?
Oh, so the other dude, he's just the creator. He's just like basically the king of like whatever. Like they call, I forget his name, but basically it's just like he's just a.
But Alton Brown's the host.
He's the commentator.
Okay.
So the guy, I forget.
I've only seen it a couple
I forget
times.
the storyline of it, but basically he's just this like crazy rich dude or whatever.
Oh, so there's like a backstory to the whole thing.
Think of it like he's basically Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon, bring him to the island and fight and shit.
Yeah.
He's basically the dude with the claw, the main guy who sets everything up.
I understand.
And Alton Brown is just the commentator for the actual battles.
I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now one of the guys on the American version is from the Japanese version, right?
Yes, that is Morimoto.
Okay.
Yes, that is Iron Chef Japan. So he was from the original one.
Yeah,
he got brought over.
They brought him over.
Yeah. So the other one. So this was on Food Network when I was in fucking
90s
junior high, elementary school.
Yeah.
So this was like late night Food Network.
Maybe late 80s.
No.
Oh,
this was definitely.
How young you
it was the late. It was the late 90s. I don't know if that's when these were recorded and they brought them over, but basically they took them and they dubbed them all over in English. So it's all just so
it's like a bad Godzilla movie.
Kinda, yeah, but it's
back in the day.
But it's hilarious. So it's the same concept and everything, but and that's where there's the crossover between that, because like later on in the lifespan of that the Japanese show, Bobby Flay came over and actually did the Iron Chef thing. So that was like basically the nexus of when they connected.
Well, he did the Japanese one?
Yeah, he did the Japanese one. Okay. And then more Americans started coming over, and then all of a sudden, I think maybe the show got canceled or something happened.
Bobby Flay then.
So then they basically brought it to the US. But
props to Bobby Flay.
Yeah, OG Iron Chef, like if you can find them, I remember trying to look to see if I could find them. I'm sure they're out there, but they're hilarious. They're great. It's all in Japanese, but it's all dubbed over, kind of like, did you ever watch that, not Wipeout? It was before Wipeout. It was on Spike TV. It was another.
Oh, yeah, the predecessor to Wipeout.
Yes, but it was the Japanese version that was dubbed over terribly.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of same concept, except they leaned into the terrible dubbing for that show, where in Iron Chef they're actually...
Well, and then I've watched some of those where like they didn't even dub it.
Yeah, no, because originally it was just a Japanese game show.
Yeah.
And they brought it over.
They had one where like all the dudes are standing on like a little platform.
Yeah.
And there's some little thing with like there's a little catapult thing, but it's not a catapult. It's just got like a ball, like a stick with a ball at the end.
Yeah.
That is that if you screw up, it literally like hits you in the nuts. and I have no idea what these guys are saying, but it's still the funniest shit I've ever seen. They have to say something in because they're like, and I guess it's they have to say it's probably some really long thing, and if they screw up, then it hits them in the nuts, and it's hilarious.
I think that's a different show.
It might be a different show
because the one I'm talking is
still Japanese. Still hilarious.
It was a group of people. My buddy Nick knows. He'll know what it is. I forget what it's called. But basically, so Spike took it, but they just put their own ridiculous dubbing over it. So they didn't even bother like translating it correctly. They just basically wrote a script to talk about what was going on.
That's kind of awesome.
So they had like, there would be these times where like contestants would come up, because in the beginning it'd be like, like 50 plus contestants, and then they would narrow it all down. Yeah. And then they'd like do a quick little interview like with someone over there, and they just completely
I've seen this. Yeah, and it's just like it's completely
they
ridiculous.
Just like they just make up what they're saying.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you think your cooking has elevated over the last few months?
Yeah. I guess it's gone, but I don't like. I'm one of those people that like I feel like we were both pretty good at cooking before. I'm good at cooking, but I don't like toot my own horn in the sense like, oh yeah, I could beat Bobby Flay. I'm like, no. Like I'm not. No, I'm not good at like. I mean, I'm good at like just randomly inventing shit. Yeah. But like I'm not good like under pressure. Like no. For me, like cooking isn't like a competition for me. I don't want it to be. My cooking for me is just like being able to make something good that people like or that I like. And then, yeah, 100%. It's I know 100%. What a Maripois is and all those other things because I watch the Food Network. But I get it. A lot of people have gotten better at cooking. Thanks, Emerald Lagasse. Props to them. And apparently, as they should, because 40% I feel like of them can compete in MasterChef. Well, I feel like people not knowing how to fucking cook is a huge issue. I don't understand that. I don't. It's not that fucking hard. Now, I get not being good at or not wanting to be good at baking. Yes. Baking is a different skill altogether. Baking is, you got to follow directions. Yeah. The reason I'm good at cooking is because I just make shit up on the fly. Exactly. Like that. You can't really, it's 99% of the time if you decide to go fucking freebase solo, just what the fuck happens in bacon, it's going to fail. 100%. Yeah. You got to follow directions. Yeah. And then confections is even worse. Well, confections is like baking, but more fancy. Yeah. Well, but then it's like, because baking, it's like, you got to set the temperature of your oven, the right temperature and stuff. But if you measure all the stuff and you put it in the oven at the right temperature, confections is different because it's like you have to have the flame at the exact right thing and you have to let it boil for the exact right amount. Are you talking about you're talking about like sugar? Yeah. Making confections. Like sugar, like chocolate and shit. Oh yeah. Even like making like my dad always made fudge. You know, I used to make fudge. Like even fudge is hard because you have to bring it to a rolling boil, let it stay at a rolling boil for X number of minutes. And like, if you fuck that up, like you fuck up your whole batch of fudge. Yep. Anyways. So next headline, there is a restaurant in New Jersey called Worst Bar, but worst like bratwurst. Clever name. Like W-U. Do they serve bratwurst? I have no idea. That's not part of the story. Because if they had like happy hour, like they have to serve bratwurst because it's spelled W-U with the 2 dots. What's that? That's not an umlaut. What is that called? I don't know. Something umlaut German. Is a little line. Yeah. W-U-R-S-T-B-A-R. So anyways, I guess once COVID hit, they had all these restrictions. So they changed how they operated based on the restrictions. So they probably did a lot of like outdoor dining, pickup only, that kind of shit. I guess one of the people in the kitchen contracted COVID or was at least exposed to it. So the owner made the probably responsible decision and he said, hey, we're going to shut down for a couple of weeks. Well, I guess there is a barbershop next door called, hold on a second. Let me find this. It's called Virile Barbershop. So the barbers have really strong semen? Maybe. Or maybe getting your hair cut there makes your semen stronger? I don't know. It makes you more virile. Apparently. So regardless, so when they found this out, they a bunch of the people that work at the barbershop volunteered to pull some shifts at the restaurant to keep the restaurant open for a couple of weeks while they quarantine their staff. Nice. So that's very cool. You know what? Humans being bros. Humans being bros. Help out your neighbor. So that, yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Nothing but positive thoughts for that.
All right.
I mean, as long as the guys, wore hair nets because, they're at a barber shop.
That's true.
But I don't really care. I'm one of those people. If I see a hair in my food, I just eat the hair. I don't care.
It's protein.
Keratin?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
It's like eating a rhino horn.
Or your fingernails.
Maybe. Hey, lots of people eat their fingernails. Nothing wrong with that.
I used to eat my fingernails.
Here we go. Oh, this is a good one. I like this one. Athlete with Down syndrome makes history as the first to finish an Ironman race and gifts the medals to his mom. Where was this? I have no idea. Anyways, what are your thoughts? I got to go see a man about a horse.
My thoughts are good for him. I don't know. I know. I mean, is there any other option besides saying, awesome for him? I'd like to see a picture of him to see how jacked he is. Tim's currently peeing. So I'm just going to stand here. Well, I'm sitting at the moment. How's your day? I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking. Good times. Good times. It's dead air. Feels good. Feels good. About those dick pics, you should totally send those. You should totally send all of those. It'd be hilarious. Let's see what else. And yeah, send those dick pics. Do that. Oh my God, you broke your laptop.
Whoa.
What are you doing?
Hold on.
Don't try this at home. We're professionals, kids.
Oh, yeah. I think I screwed something up.
So remember how we were recording that whole time? Turns out we weren't. No.
Oh, no, I didn't screw that part.
Oh, I know.
That part's still good to go.
You got to give me more controversial headlines. Like this is like Down syndrome kid.
All right, dude. So there was a dude
gets a medal for doing. I'm like, of course he's awesome. Yeah.
Well, so here's the storyline for that one. It's that I'm sure people were nice to him, but I'm sure people probably didn't think he could finish something like that.
No, probably not. But also,
so that's what I'm saying.
Is there a picture of him? Is he jacked?
Kinda, yeah.
Oh well, then yeah. I don't care if he's got Down syndrome. If he's jacked.
Now my computer's being weird.
Which is
okay. How about this?
Probably
one?
The strangest sentence I've said this week, but okay.
Here's a headline for you. So there's a man in a Turkish dairy plant that got fired for bathing in one of the vats of milk, videotaping himself doing it, and then posting it on TikTok.
I mean, I gotta respect the balls on this guy for doing that, but also, I can only imagine the hair. Oh yeah, that guy's fucking yoked, bro. Yeah, good for him. And he gave it to his mom. That's great. I'm sure his mom was a very supportive woman, like him going through all this stuff. He's in better shape than you or I combined. As for the Turkish dude in the milk, that sounds like a hilarious.
Makes me wonder how many people have bathed in milk and not videotaped themselves and got fired for it.
I don't know. I'd be more okay with him bathing in it than jerking off in it.
Wow, you took that to a whole new level.
I mean, there's a few. I don't know.
A controversial headline. That's what I got. What about the
what
helicopter?
about? I mean, was it for cheese? Because it might have made the greatest cheese.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
What about the helicopter pilot that was transporting the heart that like crashed his helicopter on landing, and then he like fumbled the heart? That shouldn't be funny. I don't know why it's funny.
It would have been better. Wait, did the guy die? Not saying this is better, but
I have no idea. I don't know that much.
Okay, I'm just saying if I was going to write a story, it would be just, I don't know if this is considered irony, but the fact that basically he was transporting the heart, but he crashed. The heart that he was transporting is no longer good, but the pilot was an organ donor who just so happened to be a perfect match for the person receiving the heart that he accidentally destroyed.
That's like a good movie.
Yeah.
You just wrote a script, bro.
I did.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And then the heart gets planted into the person who receives it, and he relives the fears and anxiety of that person, and later
I was going to
becomes the
say,
pilot.
like, he suddenly knows how to fly a helicopter.
Sure, why not?
Because don't you?
No, he becomes a serial killer.
Once you get an organ transplant, don't you absorb all the powers of the person you got it from?
I believe that's what the Native Americans thought. Yes.
Why not, man?
Yeah.
You're like, I can fly.
Why consume the organs of your enemy when you can actually replace your own organs?
Donde está la biblioteca? Oh my God, I speak Spanish.
What else you got for me?
Do you want to do more headlines? You know what? I don't have anything to talk about, so we'll just keep doing headlines. I kind of like these.
These
actually.
are fun. Yeah.
I don't like that one. I don't like that one either.
Oh, do you know it'd be fun actually? Take those headlines. This is a little inside baseball for you guys. Take those headlines, take out some of the words or like the main crux of it, and have me try and guess what the fuck it's about.
Oh, that's a good
Kind
one.
of like some ad-libby shit.
11-year-old artist is Here you go. Here's an artist for you. She's a little kid artist. Morris Township is your typical New Jersey town. However, there's an 11-year-old girl in Morris Township named Callie Danish. Danish? Danysh. She makes flags for veterans and for healthcare workers. She paints the image for every flag or tile herself and adds inspirational messages of support and appreciation on each one, so essential workers can know just how grateful we are for all the work they're doing. Shout out to you, Steve. Thanks for being a nurse.
He works in an office now. He's not a first responder anymore.
He educates nurses.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. Renewable energy.
See, kids, this is what happens when you don't prepare.
I know. I should prepare. Oh, this one's cool. So there's a 95-year-old World War II veteran, and not doing so well health-wise, maybe. But instead of putting him in a nursing home, his grandson, who probably has some time on his hands, hold on. One of the things on the guy's bucket list was to take an epic RV trip across the country. So his grandson, instead of just turfing his grandpa to the fucking nursing home, he takes him on an epic bucket list RV trip.
That's awesome, and it's way better than the joke that I came up with in my head.
What was your joke? What was your joke?
Instead of sending him to a nursing home, he just took him out to a field and shot him in the head.
And then he told everyone that he was at the farm.
Like they
told
like
you
that.
when your dog died when you were a kid.
Yeah. No, I was there for that.
Wow, way to take a joke and make it serious.
I know.
God, you suck. Here's a cool one. How did this happen? Apparently, there's a girl who challenged Dave Grohl to a drum battle.
Oh, yeah. I
heard about this?
Yeah, I saw it. She's fucking good.
Is she? Okay, so
really
wait, how did this happen?
So she just, she basically made a video on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
And I think she's like 10 or 11.
She's 10.
Oh, okay.
Her name is Nandi or Nandi, Nandi.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Anyway, she fucking destroys on the drums. And then she was just playing Foo Fighters, and she sent on Instagram and tagged Dave Grohl, and she went viral, and everyone was basically challenging Dave Grohl to a fucking drum battle. And Dave Grohl responded by doing, I think he did one of the older songs. He's just like, I haven't played this fucking song in like 20 years, because I think it's a Nirvana song maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Or an old Foo Fighter song.
Well, because does he play the drums for the Foo Fighters? I don't think he does.
No.
He just sings, right?
I'm sure he does, like when they're recording. I'm sure he does
But
some of
for
the
anyone
drums.
who doesn't know,
But
for anyone who knows who the Foo Fighters are,
yeah,
you probably know Dave Grohl's the lead singer.
National treasure.
He got his start as the drummer for Nirvana.
Yeah.
It was only 3 people, right?
Yeah, it was him.
Who was the other guy?
I don't remember the
A mulatto, a mosquito, and an albino.
Is that what they call it?
Well, no, that's from the song Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Oh.
A mulatto, a mosquito, an albino, my libido. I'm pretty sure.
That could have been them, actually.
What is the...
I don't know the...
What's wrong with my brain just broke? What is the lead singer's name from Nirvana?
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Kurt?
Kurt Cobain.
Kurt
Thank you.
Cobain.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was the albino because he was like fair skinned, blonde haired.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Grohl. I don't even know what a mosquito is.
I mean,
a mulatto is someone who's like half black, half white.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Anyways, 3 people made up Nirvana.
Yeah.
Dave Grohl was one of them. He was the drummer.
I like music.
After that crashed and burned, for obvious reasons. He started the Foo Fighters. So
started the Foo Fighters, and then
and I will say his acoustic rendition of Everlong that he did on the Howard Stern show is fucking epic. Go look it up.
Anything he does is great. I think he has a bunch of side projects too. But yeah, I forget what it was it was several years ago. It was on tour. He ended up breaking his leg during a show, and then they carted him off, and then they had to pause, and he came back with a cast on and finished out the show. And then for the rest of the tour, they built him this fucking sweet ass throne out of guitars and other crazy shit. And he would just sit down and play. And I think this is when he started like inviting fans up. Like some guy had a sign that says, "Hey, I want to play," and then he said, "Fuck it, all right, fine, come on up." And it turned into all these videos of like people asking like, "Hey, I want to play." So people would come up, either play lead guitar, or there's one that did drums and things like that. So there's this whole series of videos on YouTube that you can find of just Dave Grohl inviting fans up to play.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's quite a few artists who have done that, and it's super cool.
No, it is, but I feel like it didn't start becoming big until Dave Grohl kind of like took it off, and everyone started doing it more and more.
I don't know. I can't remember who it was, but someone who's like an epic guitar player called someone up on stage and let them like do like guitar solos, like basically dueling guitars. It was pretty badass.
I don't remember.
So apparently, okay. So I'm gonna read more into this story because this chick sounds badass. Nandi Bushell. Nandi. I'm sorry, whatever your name is. I'm butchering your name, I'm sure. Lives with her family. She's 10.
Yeah.
Of course she lives with her fucking family.
I would hope so.
Whoever wrote this article, I want to punch you in the face and then give you a hug because we're all about positivity. She lives in England.
Oh, I didn't know she was English.
Yeah, I guess she's British. I guess she posted a video. Fun fact, I was just talking about the song Everlong. That was the video she posted with the drum solo too. And then I guess
she just do the solo. She did the whole fucking set.
Well, sure. Okay. So yeah, the song, but I'm just saying the song was the same one I was just talking about. And then I guess he responded, challenged her to a battle. Then I guess they went back and forth a few times, and then I guess he finally conceded and said, "You got me." And now they're collaborating, and they're writing some stuff together. And once touring is back, I think he's going to bring her, I don't know, on the whole tour, but at least
I'm sure like he'll probably like whatever European tour they do.
100%.
He'll probably bring a couple shows.
But super cool. So you know what, Nandi, sorry, I don't know what your name is, but props to you. That's badass.
Yeah, no, Dave Grohl is awesome. I remember
That's a good one. I like that one.
There's another, it's a collaboration between him and a bunch of other like amazing guitarists that I forget the names of. It's on YouTube somewhere. But there's this older guitarist and I forget what band he was from. I don't know. Anyways, this older gentleman on the guitar, and he grabs Dave. He comes over to do like part of the solo. Basically, it's they basically give them all like, I think it's the same guitar riff or notes, or like, hey, play over this, and we're gonna make like a whole song out of it. And this guy, he picks up Dave's guitar and he starts playing it, and then Dave in the back is like, "What are you doing to my guitar?" And the guy just like pauses, just like, "I'm playing it. I'm actually playing it," which you don't, basically. And Dave Grohl's like, "Ah,
that's hilarious."
Yeah, Dave Grohl's awesome
because he's probably not a great guitarist. I'm sure he's a good guitarist.
No, he's like, I forget the video.
No, I meant Dave Grohl.
Oh no, Dave Grohl's a great guitarist too. He's one of those like music savants.
Don't just throw around great.
Huh? How dare you?
Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. I don't know. Here's a cool one. Muslim young men protect Catholic Church after deadly attacks in France and say, "We will protect the churches ourselves." There you go. See, there's people who typically disagree. I'm pretty sure millions of lives have been lost over skirmishes. No, I'm not pretty sure. I know millions of lives have been lost in religious skirmishes. So for two religions, one to stand up for another, that's awesome. Good job, peeps. Yeah. Muslim men showing solidarity with Christian churchgoers. I like that. That's badass. What else we got here? I like we're just doing a whole show on stupid headlines. No, these aren't stupid. These are great. I like these. Man sits with typewriter on New York City sidewalk to help strangers send letters to friends feeling blue. God bless this man for using a typewriter and not a laptop, by the way.
Well, how else is he going to print it?
That's a good point.
Yeah. Analog, son.
Thank you for pointing out my stupidity. I appreciate you pointing out my stupidity.
That's what I'm here for, Tim.
Still, though, old typewriters are badass.
Yeah.
I
feel like this is like the makings of a great segment, though.
I think it's a great segment. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Headlines. Come on, people, get to the fucking story. In the face of worry over the coronavirus pandemic and all the stress it has placed on New Yorkers, a Brooklyn-based performance artist and English professor, Brandon Wolf, that's WOOLF, came up with the idea of reviving the letter-writing tradition as a means to reach out and comfort one another. Knowing that people have lost loved ones, jobs, and businesses and given up simple pleasures like hugs from a friend, Wolf began to ponder how to help people to make meaningful connections. His answer was to take a page from history. When interpersonal connection is risky, what are other ways we can be better? What are other ways we can be together? Wolf pondered in an interview with Park Slope Scribe. What is better experience than getting a piece of mail in your mailbox from somebody you didn't expect to hear from? Using a vintage portable typewriter and seated on a folding chair alongside a mailbox, his sign says free letters for friends feeling blue. Wolf spent several hours, a few days a week for 4 weeks. Wow, I can't even read today. Typing letters for his Park Slope Brooklyn neighbors. A 37-year-old New York University teacher dubbed his post-dramatic street performance The Console, short for consolation. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Personally,
I would have used homing pigeons. I mean, there's no shortage of pigeons in New York.
It's funny you mentioned homing pigeons, because apparently they found a letter that was carried by a pigeon in, I think, World War I, just recently in France.
Oh, just like attached to the dead pigeon on the ground.
I don't even know if,
it was probably like in a little tube or whatever.
Yeah. Or just like tied up, for whatever reason, like the pigeon's obviously gone. I don't even know the life expectancy of pigeons, but it's certainly not 100+ years.
That we know of.
That's true. Who knows? If
maybe
elephant,
they
would still be alive.
Maybe pigeons are robots meme has been along longer than we thought.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Anyways, the letter was pretty inconsequential. There was nothing special in it, but still kind of cool. But here's the weird thing. So
send more troops. We're dying.
This is fucking. I was listening to. Well, I learned this on, I think, Jeselnik's podcast, and he was like, yeah, every carrier pigeon letter started the same way. Oh my God, this actually worked. You're reading this? But then they were saying that like 95% of the carrier pigeon messages were delivered. That's
because they probably throw multiples up.
Maybe, I don't know, but that's pretty fucking impressive.
I know. Well, they would try and shoot those fuckers out of the air.
How do the pigeons, how the hell does that even work? Do the pigeons know where to go?
They train them to go from one spot to the other.
So then do they bring them with them? Is that how that works? And then they're trained to go back to a certain spot.
Exactly, yeah.
Because you can't tell them where to go.
Yeah, so they know where home is.
Yeah.
So they basically I believe it's you have home base.
Get another pigeon out of the fucking cages.
So
We're sending it back.
Yeah. I mean, there might have been other ones that are, I don't know if you could.
But it has to be a one-way message because you can't expect a response.
No. But also, but this is a time before cell phones and radio. Well, World War II. Was radio around? I forget.
1917? I don't think so, dude.
Yeah. I mean, you had fucking, what's it called? The
Morse
boop, boop,
code?
boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Telegraphs.
Oh,
you had those. But I feel like those were easily destroyed by the enemy versus throw out this homing pigeon. But then you want to write the note 37 times because, someone's going to pull out their fucking shotgun and just go,
Well, it's funny, though, because you watch Game of Thrones and you think it's so fucking ridiculous that they're sending messages by crow. But then you're like, well, shit.
Yeah.
It really worked with pigeons.
Yeah.
And I think
they might have actually used ravens before pigeons.
They might have.
I don't know.
Ravens are smarter than pigeons.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah. I've eaten pigeon. It's not bad.
I mean, people eat dove all the time.
Yeah.
A pigeon's just kind of dove.
Kind of tastes dovey. Yeah. I had it in Egypt. It's good.
Interesting.
Yeah. Tastes like a darker meat, like a bird. Not bad.
Just about where you eat the pigeon from. Like, I don't know if I'd want to eat like a New York City pigeon so much. Because they just probably eat garbage. Although, to be honest, pigeons get a bad rap as being like rats with wings. But I'll tell you what, seagulls are way more filthy than pigeons.
And pigeons are not indigenous to the U.S. They were brought over here for food.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, seagulls are garbage birds.
Yeah, seagulls are fucking assholes. I'd rather have pigeons than seagulls.
Oh, yeah.
I saw, back in my college days at City College in Santa Barbara, I witnessed probably the most horrendous seagull attack in my life. So I was sitting in the common area, and if you've ever been to City College at Santa Barbara, it's right by the beach and on the cliffs. So there's a lot of outdoor seating area for food and stuff like that.
It's a beautiful campus.
Oh, it's great. So this guy, you know, just like any other college campus, you got your chicken tendies and you got your French fries. All right. The ones over there, not bad. They,
Makes sense.
solid college fare. And, they have the condiment stand. You get your barbecue sauce, your mayo, your mustard, or whatever. So anyway, he walks out with his tray of delicious food, sets it down, and he's just like, oh man, I forgot my fucking ketchup and my other stuff. Sets it down, walks away. Not for a split second after he walks away, the seagulls come. And the seagulls don't even you'd think like a seagull would like start picking at the food. No, this fucking seagull pushed the tray off the goddamn fucking table to spill it everywhere. And just like all the seagulls merged onto whatever. And he came back to his thing on the ground, just let out this like earth shattering. No, my, just like, and I saw the whole thing happen and I felt so bad for him.
That's too bad.
I'm like, God damn. I'm like, you poor bastard.
Yeah, but that's kind of like leaving a sandwich on the coffee table.
I know, with a dog.
Jack's around.
I know, but it's just like when a dog does it, it feels like it's more cute or like not like. Of course that happens, but I mean, like you think seagulls, you're just like, you son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, they're not dumb. I'll give them that. Like those seagulls were hanging around waiting for someone to leave their food.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, seagulls are trash birds, trash bag birds. That's right. I'm talking to you, seagulls.
Fuck you, seagull.
All right. Recommendations. You watch any good TV shows lately? Recommendations.
Recommendations. Oh, I see what you did there.
Have you? Do you have any recommendations for the peeps? Have you read any good books lately? Seen any good TV shows?
Dark, the series a few weeks ago.
How was it?
It's good. It's a German TV show on Netflix. It's all subtitled, so if you're in the mood for that, it's a good little
it's really good. I think
it's really good. It's a sci-fi,
my
kind of thriller type deal.
My anti-proclivity to.
I still need to watch the second season of The Boys.
Dude, the second season's so good.
I know. I've only watched the first episode, but it's Simon Pegg and Nick Frost's new show on Amazon Prime. Called Truth Seekers. And it's basically about, so far what I've gathered, it's this Nick Frost, I think, is one of the more main characters, but Simon Pegg plays his boss. So he works for this like telecommunications company, but he does paranormal investigations on the side and has like a YouTube channel. So I think the whole thing is going to be like him figuring out like some paranormal shit that's going around in his neck of the woods. And, it's very Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, like Shaun of the Dead style. Like,
yeah, in case anyone doesn't know who Nick Frost and Simon Pegg are. Yeah, Shaun of the Dead,
Hot Fuzz. What's the other one? What
was it where they went to all the different bars? The End of the World or whatever?
Yeah, and The End of the World, I think, or The End of something. It was, I think it's
something like that.
The End of the World, yeah. But the best ones are definitely Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
What else have I been watching? Bob's Burgers is going on right now, so I've been catching up on that.
Right on.
Which is solid.
Have you been watching the second season of The Mandalorian?
No, I have not.
Oh.
I need to.
It's very controversial. Baby Yoda eats someone's babies.
Nice.
It's a frog lady, and her babies are eggs, and he eats little eggs. I thought it was funny.
He ate live frogs in the first one.
100%. So, but the funny thing is apparently like the creators and Disney have had to come out against people who are pissed about this. It's like, dude, first of all, it's a freaking show.
What do you mean?
Second of all,
like,
animals eat animals. Apparently people are pissed.
No, I know they're pissed, but what did
I don't
Disney
know.
say?
Like,
I hope Disney said like it's a fucking made up show.
Pretty sure that's what they said.
Get over it.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what it said. Well, and it's like, dude, they're all like, they're animal species of some sort.
Yeah.
That are not, they're not herbivores. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah. It's always fun when people try and
I recently watched a
humanize
documentary.
animals when animals aren't humans and be like, they would never do that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure otters rape baby
and
seals.
You ate eggs too yesterday morning.
Yeah, I know.
So
you just didn't pick them
whatever.
from the.
There's a documentary. I think is it on Amazon? Is it on Netflix? It's called The Social Dilemma. It's about all the issues.
I think it's on Netflix.
I think you're right. It's all the issues with social media, and I thought it was pretty good.
I need to watch it. I
recommend
heard. I think they mentioned it on a No Agenda.
Yeah, probably, possibly. I recommend it.
Yeah. What else is there? Yeah, no, the man. See, for me, like, don't get me wrong. I like The Mandalorian. I enjoyed the first season, but we only had the because we had Verizon, so we got the year free. So it was like after that, it was like, hey, do you want to pay X amount? I'm like,
just use mine.
Yeah, I can do that. But as far as like, that's the only thing I really watched on the Disney Channel was.
That's all I watched on the Disney Channel.
Was The Mandalorian.
But my mom. Never mind.
I need to.
I guess it doesn't matter. I was gonna say I use my mom's Hulu. She uses my Disney Plus.
My family uses my Netflix. I used to use my sister's Hulu, but she has the low rent Hulu with commercials. But my girlfriend has the Primo Hulu with no commercials.
Oh, yeah. My mom has the good Hulu.
Exactly. So we use my girlfriend's Hulu, and then I have Funimation, which is all anime that me and my girlfriend use. And then I use your Prime, you use my Netflix. And then
yeah, you can use my Disney. It's fine.
Yeah.
Season 2 is cool. I don't know how much of it he's going to be in, but Timothy Olyphant is in it. And I love Timothy Olyphant.
Who's that again?
Did you ever watch the Santa Clarita Diet?
Oh, the dad?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was in
but then he was also the main character in Justified, which to this day, honestly, I think Banshee's probably my favorite show of all time.
I know him from my first experience with him that I can remember is Girl Next Door movie. He plays the manager, the scumbag manager.
He was a scumbag
or director,
porn producer or whatever. Yeah, and then he was also the dumbass partner of the main FBI agent or police guy in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Gone in 60 Seconds. Oh, that's Cage. Right. Yeah.
He was the dumbass.
Yeah.
Love Timothy Olyphant, but yeah, he was the main character in Justified. Probably definitely top 5 shows of all time.
I've never watched it.
It's so good. He plays like a U.S. Marshal, but he's stationed in like I want to say maybe Kentucky, some kind of like small kind of slightly backwards town. But it's just a great show, and he's kind of like he's kind of like almost like a Clint Eastwood or like a John Wayne kind of a character, like kind of a badass, like kind of. But he's fantastic. It's a fantastic show. It's one of the greatest shows. I mean, that, Deadwood, Banshee. I mean, those are some of the greatest shows.
I need to try. I remember. I think I watched the first or second episode of Deadwood.
Deadwood's great.
Give it a shot again. Lindsay.
Timothy. Oh wait, hold on. Timothy Olyphant is one of the main characters in Deadwood too. He was super young when they did that.
Oh, wasn't he he was the main sheriff who moves to Deadwood, right?
Yeah.
In the very beginning, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, but then the dude
where he helps the guy hang himself to make it quicker. But
the key character in Deadwood is Ed Swearingen, which is what the hell's his real name? Ian McShane.
He's the guy. He's the owner of the hotel in
and the
John Wick movies.
Oh, yeah. But he's also the owner of the hotel and the brothel in Deadwood.
Yeah.
He's fucking fantastic. And like every other word in Deadwood is like fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? If you're not into that, maybe it's not your show, but still a fantastic show.
I did watch the first few episodes of Ratchet, which it's good, but it's not really my thing. It's I forget the director.
Isn't that like a kind of like a pseudo horror kind of?
Yeah. So basically, it's
with what's her name that's in like all the American Horror Stories.
Well, yeah, because I believe the director is the guy who does the American Horror.
Oh, that makes sense.
So it's very in that style. It's more like theatrical in the sense, which I'm not like a huge fan of, but it's like cinematically it's done very well.
It was
and
on,
like it's
they
very
had it
nice.
on, but it was either low volume or muted in one of the doctor's offices I was in while we were doing a lunch. So I watched it, but I couldn't hear
It's an interesting thing to have in a doctor's office.
Hey, dude, there was a bunch of women eating lunch, and that's what they wanted to watch.
All right.
It wasn't.
I thought it was the main room. I'm like,
no, it was in like the break room. So I watched it, but I couldn't hear it, and I get what you're saying. It looked a little slow for me, but definitely theatrical. But maybe
it's more
I'll give it a shot.
It felt more like if you like plays, it felt like more of like one of those TV shows that almost feels like more of a play that you're watching.
Okay.
In that sense, because like I feel like the first American Horror Story was like good, but after that they got more and more theatrical and a little more out there, which I'm not a huge fan of.
I watched one of the recent seasons that's like basically it's set in the 80s and it's like summer camp slasher theme.
Oh, that's
fantastic.
That sounds fun.
That one was fun.
There's a bunch of other stuff. I need to get HBO Max set up. There's a bunch of stuff on that. I started playing, for all you gamers out there, I've been playing Warzone, because that's fun. But if you have PlayStation Network, Hollow Knight just came out for free. So I've been playing that finally. I've been meaning to do that, and that's pretty fun. It's kind of like a side-scroller, platformer version, Dark Soul-y kind of thing. So it'll, tear you up and spit you out. What else? Looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077, if that ever gets released. That's pretty much it. Tim's peeing again, if you haven't noticed. So we're just going to switch over to number station. 1, 2, 9, 7, 4, 3, 13, 4, 84, 9, 12, 13, 75, 59, 82, 68, 1, 12, 84, 112, 18, 17, 5, 7, 18, 21, 31. When you keep throwing out numbers, it becomes even harder to fucking throw out different numbers. Hey, Tim, guess what I'm doing? Number station. I was doing number stations. Yes.
I may or may not leave that in. I didn't even know number stations were a thing until I watched the show Lost.
I think I knew they were a thing before then. Actually, number stations are in the new Simon Pegg thing.
So wait, what's the point of a number station?
Nobody knows.
Oh.
It's like one of those conspiracy theories that, like, I think during World War II, they just started showing up. So basically it's...
just read random numbers, right?
Yeah.
7.
Yes.
42.
But it's like it's some sort of code. So, but like it's just numbers on a loop.
So weird.
Yeah. Nobody knows exactly what they mean, but it's just low, not low. Is it low frequency, low bandwidth? I forget.
Is this something you can only pick up on like ham radio?
I don't know. Maybe. I think it probably AM, but I'm thinking it has to be like,
probably ham radio.
Yeah.
All right. And now travel tips. Last week I gave you a travel tip that if you travel a lot and you stay in hotels, buy a Fire Stick. Bring your Fire Stick with you. You can plug it into your hotel TVs and watch all of your favorite streaming shit.
It's a good
because
call.
watching cable fucking sucks.
It
if
does.
you still have cable, I recommend you cancel it. I'm going to get sued by Spectrum and Cox. Oh, well.
They'll just cut off your internet.
That's true. Oh, wait. I don't use them for my internet.
Aha!
I have Google Fiber.
Yeah. Well, it's WebPass powered by Google Fiber.
Whatever, dude. Anyways, so my travel tip for this one, so I need a new suitcase. So I went to TJ Maxx /Home Goods, and I found the most obnoxious suitcase I could find.
Sir, point me to your most ugliest suitcase.
It didn't matter. I just wanted something that wasn't like black or gray, because I feel like especially black suitcases, everyone has them. And like you're waiting and you're like, is that mine? No. Oh, wait. No.
No.
Oh, wait. No.
It's a solid decision, because like people's like, I want my suitcase to the match and whatever. I'm like, who fucking cares? The time you're using your suitcase is like nil throughout the year. It'd be easier just to find it.
I feel like the people that handle luggage and lose luggage sometimes, I feel like they're less likely to lose the one that sticks out.
Probably.
So.
Ooh, you know what I'm going to do?
What?
Start my own suitcase company where I just print random shit on it. So it's be like a collage of dicks or something. Just
that would
like,
be awesome.
Just fucking.
What you have to call it is a satchel of Richards.
Satchel of Richards? Yes. Satchel of Richards.
You don't do you listen to the Conspiracy Farm?
I've only caught them on a few crossover podcasts.
I don't want to I don't know his name, but one of the main two guys on Conspiracy Farm, he I've heard him say the term consume a satchel of Richards, and I think that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Satchel.
If you don't get it, send me an email. I'll explain it to you.
It means bag of dicks.
Eat a bag of dicks, yeah. but it's like it's such a classier way of saying eat a bag of dicks, and it makes people think.
Uh-huh.
So that's my travel tip. Brett, do you have a travel tip?
Nothing really. I mean, me and my girlfriend, we just did a little middle of nowhere, like cabin retreat type thing, through Airbnb. So, if you want to like,
I've never used Airbnb.
Really?
How was it?
It's great.
Have you used it before?
Yeah, I've used it before. It's good.
Have you ever used it internationally?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I used it. That was the first time I ever used it. Actually, was internationally. When I went to Portugal, and then we've used it for Idlewild, and then we also used it for Julian, and then we were out in I forget what the place is called. Some small town that's like south of Bakersfield. It's like 40 minutes south.
Nice.
But it's good for like it's good for cities and like international travel. I mean, right now, I don't know. I'm not on there enough to see the prices change, but I mean, if you're looking to find like a place in the middle of nowhere with not a bunch of crowds, just kind of like need more naturey type thing, and like Airbnb is a great spot because, you know, if there's no hotel in the area, or if it's like a, you know, shady motel that's not that great, you know, you can just get like a small cabin or a guest house. And like, there's different ones. There's some where it's like, hey, we're renting out this room for the weekend type thing. We live in the house. There's that.
That's kind of weird.
Which is weird. It does exist, but that's few and far between. Usually it's like, hey, our guest house or the entire house.
Have you found that the explanation on there is pretty good though?
What do you mean?
Like if it's just...
Oh yeah, no, they'll tell you.
Just a room, it's pretty well explained.
Yeah, they'll explain. Well, you can, in the filters, you can say like, hey, what are you looking for? Whole house, whole room.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
You know, because like other people like don't give a shit. It's like, I just need a place to sleep.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's cheap and your alternative is like staying at a hostel or something, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you might as well, exactly.
And especially if it's just you and you're just kind of like doing one of those like bohemian, like I'm just going to travel with my backpack kind of shit.
Yeah, but a lot of the times it's just like the whole house, and you can get, or apartment. So anything from like a small like, you know, cabin that we've done before, like that literally it's one room, here's the bed, there's a bathroom, but the kitchen is like part of the whole thing.
Whatever.
Exactly. So it's like,
but also depending on where you go, like
you
probably not like San Diego beachfront, but like let's say you're going to some place with a lake, like more like cabinish. You can probably find a pretty sweet house that's like right on the lake or something.
Oh yeah, no, people
that might be better than staying at like the Courtyard Marriott.
Exactly.
That's like, you know, a mile away or whatever.
Either as expensive or more expensive.
Yeah, but you get probably like, who knows? You might find like a sweet house with like your own dock.
Yeah.
You can like go canoeing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with Airbnb, like even though they're not a sponsor, we should give a little shout out to Sniff Spot.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like they've been good for us. So we have 2 dogs that obviously you guys know, Jackson Page. They have their own Facebook pages, which is great because I'm pretty sure I deleted mine. Oh, wait, maybe it still exists. I'm not really sure. But anyways, they don't really like other dogs that much. So dog parks in their older age are not really an option for us. But I feel like that we still want to take them places. So we've Brett and I have toyed around with like finding like hikes and stuff, trails that don't have a lot of other dogs. But Shannon found this thing called Sniff Spot, and it's kind of like, it's an app like Airbnb, but it's basically people who either some have, some don't have dogs of their own, but you can rent out basically go take your dogs into their backyard. And there's some really cool ones. Like we found one that had like a pool, and that was cool. And like one that has just a really cool backyard. It's big enough for them to kind of run around, play fetch.
With a garden. Take as much fruit and vegetables as you want.
Just no avocados.
No avocados. And we totally understand that being in California.
Well, yeah, and they're,
avocados are the sacred fruit.
Yeah, and their avocado tree is pretty young, so
that too.
When it gets more mature and it produces, hundreds of avocados per season, then they'll probably be anyways.
Yeah.
Totally cool. So if you have a dog that's maybe reactive to other dogs or just doesn't really like dog parks or whatever, or if you don't like dog parks, go check out Sniff Spot. It's a great little app. It's good for your dogs. And then there's some that are like kind of out, like I've seen there was some like out in Ramona or like kind of off the beaten path where it's like 4 acres or like 40 acres.
400 acres.
Yeah.
You could possibly lose your dog.
you could definitely lose your dog.
It might get eaten by a pack of coyotes.
It's possible. So that's all I got. Go check out podbelly.com. Go check out lucateco.com. Shop lucateco.com. Go check out apoliticalinc with a K.com. Go buy yourself a t-shirt. My favorite one is what is it called? Illusion of Choice.
Correct, sir.
Yep. With a donkey elephant Illuminati hybrid.
Yep.
It's pretty dope. I'm pretty sure I have my shirt sitting in the mailbox, and Brett has his on his body.
Currently on my body.
There you go. That's all we got. Y'all have a good week. Hit us up, projectxreclamation@gmail.com. And Brett, get us the FO.
It's getting closer to that time of the season, guys. We got Thanksgiving coming up. Then right after that, we got Christmas. People are quarantined. We're doing stuff, just reach out to your friends and family. If you want,
even if they voted for the other guy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Love is all you need.
Exactly. Yeah, be with your friends, be with your family, social distance, have a social distance Thanksgiving. Everybody gets
don't.
Or don't, whatever. I don't care.
All right. That was a jet because I love America. Fuck yeah.
Oh, I thought that was your asshole.
No. that was my sound for a flyover. That's all I got. Be good. Peace out. See you next time.
So what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.